This is kvci.blogspot.com. This is George Foster Rhymes, and I'm down at Motel 7. And for short form, you know, you do know what happened out here, don't you? A little bit, don't you?
Yes, sir.
Okay, but there was a disturbance out here, and somebody attacked someone. But that's not why we're here. Not for this particular clip. But can you tell us something about that?
All I know is the child was 19 years old. She's out here down on her luck, and she got around the wrong people, and they were taking advantage of her.
Okay, and of course, what happened is a white guy, I understand, came and tried to defend her or something like that, and then we say that 3 to 4 black guys actually got involved with it, and the case is what it is, and we're not going to get into that. That's not all we're here. That pretty near close to it. Okay, now let's talk about you, because Doc was talking to you, and we found out you were such a great communicator. And you all know me, there's no way that we could lead Doc and myself without interviewing this lady who is from California. Where you from?
I'm from California.
From California.
But I've been here a long time.
Yeah. So what we want you to do, tell us what you were telling us earlier. You say you see a situation and you don't want to be just talking about something. You actually want to try to bring about a change. So tell me about what you're doing, and then I'm going to let Doc come in, because Doc Robinson was the one that really directed us to come here to see. We were passing by here. So tell us a little bit about where you're from and what you intend to do, okay?
Well, I'm from California, but like I said, I've been out here for over 8 years, off and on between here and Tennessee. I'm basically crawling from the bottom to the top, working my way up. I was homeless, I was on these streets, in and out of empty houses, in and out of shelters and whatnot, and you know, for all the different organizations I've reached out to trying to get help, I found that the true help is in self-motivation, because there's no help. You know, they'll tell you real quick, oh, come here, we'll help you this, we'll help you that. But without self-motivation, you're not going to get anywhere. You know, and being that I am from a big city, there are more steps that need to be taken in the community as far as helping people.
What big city in California?
Sacramento.
Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
It was an organization called Loaves and Fishes for all the people that might be sleeping outside. They had a place to bathe, they had a place to eat, they had a place to gather, they had a place that would give counseling sessions. You know, you didn't have transportation, they were giving you all that you needed to get where you had to go. They had schooling, you know, and out here, if you're not fresh out of prison, they're not going to give you the opportunities that they give someone that's right out of jail.
You are such a beautiful black woman, and you speak with such unique strength in your voice and such positive attitude. Ma'am, you are the same. And it's indeed a pleasure to meet someone who's got such attitude and gratitude toward life. That's what's so promising about that we have a chance. That Obama said, yes, we can. You makes that difference. You say something that you was going back to school. Could you elaborate on that?
Yes, I am going to school for social work. I actually want to buy some land or work on some land so that I can open up organizations that would help all aspects of homeless people, needy people. Not just to give them a roof over their head, but to give them schooling right on the property, to give them job placement right on the property. You don't have to be fresh out of jail. If you're trying to get a job or work, education, whatever is needed, you're going to get it there. You can be a man, you can be a woman, you can be a child, you can be married, you can be a runaway. It don't matter. All you got to do is have a need, and it will be supplied for you.
Do you feel like our President Obama is promising, and that is help for him being the president?
I really do. I really do. I say my opinion on President Obama is amazing. He's doing a great job, and this second term that he'll go through office, he's going to make that difference. He's already started, and I think he just needs a little more time to finish what he started.
Oh, that's fantastic.
He had to spend his first term in office cleaning up a mess that he didn't
You don't mind him
create.
being...
That's fine.
It's okay. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Okay, go ahead, man.
He came into office with such problems that he had to rectify before he could put certain things into place that he wants to do. I think a second term we're going to see more of what it is that he wants to do now.
So is he an inspirator to you?
Definitely, definitely. Not only that, he's going to be an inspiration to the younger people. As I was saying before, I want to go to school and have a youth center. I want to try to get a hold to the younger people before they start having problems, before they go into the system, and to have a man like Obama in office, that's going to let them know, okay, we can do this. I don't have to be a statistic. Not a bad one either.
I heard that. I heard that. You just answered the question I was about to ask.
Okay, I want to ask you a question
Yes,
myself.
sir. Yes, sir.
How is it, or why is it that you can see the good of President Obama, yet everything he does is negative in the eyes of Rush Limbaugh, Glenn Beck, and Star Parker, who's a black female columnist? How do you explain the two variations in that man, in the eyes of some people? And then I want you to answer it too, if you can. If you can't, pass it on.
That's partly because of where I came from. I've been in situations where I've had to deal with all levels of people. What some people would call low class, middle class, upper class. I've been in environments where, I had to struggle. I've been in an environment where everything was given to me. So I know both sides of the coin. The people that you speak of, they're not familiar with being homeless. They're not familiar with being on the unemployment line. They're not familiar with having to go to a soup kitchen just to eat or to feed your children.
My goodness.
So they're just looking at it from a very one-sided point of view. I feel that if they took more time to come out into these communities, these troubled communities like you two gentlemen are doing, they'd be more aware of what's going on, what's needed, and how to go about making that change.
That's very important. Now I got to get next to you because you really hit a chord
Yes,
with
sir.
me right now. Y'all listen to what she just said. And if you can't see me, but if you can hear her, then it's all good. What did you just say by us coming out into the community? What if the Valdosta Daily Times, what if ABC, NBC, and others would come out and interview people like you so they could find out what's going on in their community? Why do you feel about that? Don't you think that would serve a real good purpose?
We're not all
Just keep talking, don't worry about him, keep talking.
We're drug abusers. We're
Yeah.
not all jobless because we committed crimes and couldn't get a job. We're good people.
Yes.
And when you have a need to feed a child or what have you, and you can't do things the legal way, you're going to have to find a way to feed that child. We all make mistakes. We've all been put in situations where we've made bad decisions. That doesn't mean we're bad people.
Right.
And I feel that if more of the news stations that you mentioned and other leaders, so to speak, took the time to come out into the community and speak with these people, see how we live and what it is that we go through on a daily basis.
I want to ask you a question, not cutting you off. Do you feel, I'm a minister and I want the truth, okay? Do you or do you not feel that the ministers have did a lousy job and have let you down? As far as
For the most part, yes.
That's what I'm, okay, thank you.
For the most part, yes. I'm not saying that all ministers and all pastors are bad. I've been out of work since 2008. So I've had to depend on a lot of outreach programs in churches to get assistance just to keep a roof over me and my children's
But the core of the
head.
message,
So there are some good pastors and ministers out there. They just need to be more active in going out to the community and letting their existence be known.
I agree to a certain extent. I also disagree because
What's your name again?
Shakai, they call me Sky.
Okay.
I feel like the churches right now, they've got these young pastors in there that don't know. They went to school for it and they're in the church now and they're doing really good. But as far as touching bases with the people out here, they might be a little scared.
Okay.
They might not know how to go about it. And it takes a community. So if the church is coming together and they're doing it as a close-knit family versus being out here touching bases with people that need the word, spreading the love of God, not just food, not just helping the people that need help. It's not all about that. It's about putting the word in people's hearts. And if that is the purpose and that's what they're
Let
doing.
me ask you a question.
Yes,
You
sir.
talking about actually touching reality.
Yeah, touch reality. It's not all about, oh, well, we need handouts because we're struggling. No, put the word of God in you, because if you got God in your life, he's going to supply all your needs. He's going to get you on your feet. He's going to help you with this and that. He's got you in the situation waiting for you to ask for him. Because if you can't reach up to God, it ain't going to make no difference if the church come out here and pay your bill. It ain't going to make no difference if the church come out here and give you some food. Because if you're not asking God for that very thing you need, it's going to run thin. We are all human. Even if you're a good man of the church, woman of the church, and you, oh, well, let me make a difference, let me help. That's not going to help that person. That's going to give that person somebody that, oh, well, they didn't help me. Oh, well, they need to do this. They need to do that. So that's why I would disagree as far as what the churches would do as far as helping. Because it takes more than just coming out here and feeding somebody to give them the help that they need. Yes.
That's true. You know, you give me a fish, I eat for a day. You teach me how to fish, I eat for a lifetime.
Amen.
But like I said, there are a couple of churches that I know of firsthand. They do go out into the community. There's one church, the Winners Church, that they come out here. They giving meals. If you need a ride to church, they pray with you.
I'm from First Antioch Missionary Baptist Church.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And I'm a prime believer that we are the people, and that we have to make a difference out here, and you have to touch reality.
Exactly. Like I said earlier, I can't tell you that this change needs to take place if I'm not doing anything to make that change happen.
Well, it is indeed a pleasure talking with y'all. Anything else, Ryan?
Yeah, I want to ask you, both of y'all, one question. I want you to close with this question, with the answer for this question. Once again, what do you think most of the people that live from the back to the front, what do you think would be the best thing that could help them in their present situation?
Intervention.
A job. Okay.
Intervention.
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 Okay, explain that intervention that you're talking about.
There's a wide variety from that part up there to that part down there that has different situations going on in their life. And because they're so used to what they're doing, they have no idea that the change begins in them. The struggle leaving their body, the struggle leaving their mind. It starts with them. You can't come out here feeling sorry for somebody that doesn't even feel sorry for themselves. I'm sorry. You want to start life right, it starts in your heart, in your mind, the drive, the will, the want. You got to want it. Yeah, I'm out here right along with them. And I started out here worse than they did, begging. I'm working now, I'm going to school now. And that wasn't from no church coming to bring me no plate of food, wasn't from no church coming to pay my rent. Not one day. You gotta want it in your heart.
You gotta want it in your heart.
The reason I say the job is important because it's really hard to have the time and the motivation to sit back and look within yourself when you're worried about, okay, how are these kids gonna eat? How am I gonna keep this roof over their head? I think the basic necessities, once those are met, okay, my rent is paid, I have food for the kids, okay, now what's the problem? How come I keep going through this? How can I change this?
Therefore, like what she's saying, I have to add to that. If you're fresh out of jail and you're on parole and you go down there to the Salvation Army, they're going to job place you. But if you out here struggling and looking for work on your own, then you're being denied because they're saving jobs for people that's out of jail. What about the ones that's not got no records? What about the ones that are out here trying to find work and can't because they have these jobs reserved for people that's got a record and won't go nowhere without it?
I've heard that same thing.
Yeah. Young man, you've been sitting here listening. Do you have how do you feel?
Wait, before you answer, Doc, why you want to bring him into the picture?
Well, see, he been sitting there, and we don't want to leave nobody out.
All right, there we go. That we don't believe in leaving people out. Come on, brother. You've been sitting here very patiently, and you have not moved, and that say a lot about you. So,
well, I'm gonna have to agree with most of what they said, especially about the jobs and the intervention, because, like she said, most of these people are going through a lot of trouble. They can't, probably hard times with the family and everything, and it's just.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
And out here, my beautiful brother, one other thing. Out here on the streets or here in this place, do you see a black and white problem, or do you see a unified problem that is solidified with you being in the same bucket today? And when I say in the same bucket, it ain't about race, it's about what? It ain't about race, it's about what?
The struggle.
The struggle. And this is a continuous struggle, am I right?
It's a continuous struggle. And I don't know if he's going to answer it, but I'm going to answer it because
yes.
That's my little brother.
Yes.
That's my little brother, y'all.
Yes, say it again. Say it again. Sister.
That's my little brother. And
okay.
There's no color out here.
That's my point. 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 We're going to get ready to close on that note. And I want to thank my beautiful brother, Brother Robinson. I want to thank my beautiful sister here. What's your name again, sister?
Lori Mason.
I really thank you so much. And of course, I want to thank you because, as far as I'm concerned, not to show or cast a negative or positive shadow on anyone, but you're the cream of the crop today. Appreciate you for coming on kvci.blogspot.com. We're doing what we're doing here in Valdosta, Georgia, because this is what we do. And of course, our little brother over here, and who you say this is to you?
That's my little brother, man.
We're going to close on the little brother. What's his name?
Ryan Johnson.
Ryan Johnson. Thank you so much. Once again, KVCI, George Boss, Ryan, bye-bye, we're gone.